all around here is obviously the object that's in the floor. Now would be a good time to dig up and prove it, but you know, I've been warned against that. And whatever that is giving a significant reading from the floor.
Of yours.
Hear this? Leave some red voices if you can hear this. Arthur, can you hear that? Huh. That was a good one, that one actually, because it sent a shiver down my back. Huh. There's definitely sounds being captured here that don't really belong here, and there's obviously readings coming. There were two boys, yeah. There were two boys. What's going on? Welcome to another video. So it's Friday actually tonight, and that means it's a full moon on a Friday. So tonight we're going back to a location that started my channel really, and it's a place called Clegghall, which is really well known in Rochdale. I'll have to move up in a minute because you're not going to be able to hear what I'm saying. I'm just waiting for the train to come in. I'm at Smoothbridge train station, which is well known for barrier failures, but there hasn't been any failures for ages, so I'm more or less just walking past, and I hope there's a train that's going to come, because I don't, obviously, without distracting myself from tonight's video, I can't help but notice that there's not a train been for a few minutes. But this place is well known for, you know, barrier failures. Anyway, I'll talk to you about tonight's video whilst I wait for this train. So if you didn't watch the last video, it was I was talking to you about Clegghall and the story of Clegghall and the Clegghall Boggart really. So tonight we're looking to capture this. So I'm looking to capture one or two things, and this is the first one here, which is what's described as a white lady. Whether she is a lady or not, I'm not sure, but it's this apparition really that was captured on the bridge 5 years ago. I'll show you when the camera settles down in a minute. You'll see her, which I put in my last video as well. But this was when my metal detector was going off and we had like a white silhouette at the end of the bridge. But there's problems with this, which I'm going to explain in this video. So the problem is where I'm actually looking, but I'll get more into that as the video progresses. So the last time that happened was 5 years ago, and it was a full moon, and it was obviously clear, but it's a full moon tonight, but it's cloudy, so I can't recreate the exact conditions tonight because obviously there's some rain that's fallen. So I'll just show you where I am actually. So for tonight's video, obviously we're going back to Clegghall, or not far from Clegghall. It's obviously the story of the Clegghall Boggart that I'm really trying to dig into. So I explained a lot in my last video, and this is obviously investigation. But after the white lady, I kept coming back, and I captured this, which was in 2022, which was whatever's in the floor. He calls himself Arthur, so I refer to Arthur as the object that's in the floor, because that's what he's called himself. I know this from previous investigations that I've done here, because I must have done early in my channel about 60 or 70 videos here, because I wanted to know what was causing this, and I wanted to learn about it really. So obviously tonight we're going to try and see if we can recapture, or see if something can be recaptured, i.e. if there's a sighting of something like I just showed you, can it be recreated? You know, why is that sighting happening? Is it, you know, a different timeline? Is it does it always happen? You know, there's so many questions that I have. So this is what this video is really about, and obviously to see if I can communicate with some kind of significance with the object that's been buried in the floor, that's been called Arthur. Well, that's what he's called himself. I know that from previous videos that I've done, because I must have done about 70 videos here, because it became an obsession at one point. So last time I was here, nothing happened, so that is also a possibility that it was a one-time event and it can't be recreated, and that's fair enough. So I could only recreate the conditions and try again and see what happens, but we've got better equipment this time with the radar and stuff, so see what we can capture as far as evidence goes. So we're almost there, right? In fact, I'll just show you what it looks like at night time. I know you probably can't see my face much, but it is quite dark at the minute. There we go, it's a bit light now. So I did want to bring the SLS camera down here because I've only been down here once, I think, and because it's so old, sometimes you might get things watching you that you just can't see with your eyes. So we're going to make the little walk down here. It's stuff like that, like noises and stuff. I know there's trees and that, but I didn't actually see that capture, so not so I look back on the camera. So Clegghall obviously goes back to the 12th century, medieval times really. And this is well known in Rochdale, this location or this building. I don't know how well known the story is, but you can Google it. It's on Google, and the MEN did a thing on it. And obviously the sighting's real because that's what I captured, like I mentioned, 5 years ago, so we'll just see what happens tonight. I'm hoping it clears up a little bit. I'm actually not looking at my phone, so the first thing I'll do is, 1 second. The first thing I'll do is try the bridge first. Go to the bridge, spend 15 minutes at the bridge and see what happens, to see if the white lady is going to appear, which I don't think she will, but we'll try anyway. And then after that I'll go down to the haunted object in the floor and see if he wants to appear or show himself in some way or form. I do think the object's related to the story of the Clegghall Boggart, but I don't know for sure unless I start using names which is relevant to the story. Then I've got some kind of link then in the story and the object. So like I mentioned, the age of this area, and this was my first video really, so it's nice to do another home video because obviously Rochdale's where I'm from, so I have travelled throughout the country and done many videos, so I'm hoping to use that experience tonight to try and capture something on this location, or some kind of evidence really. So we'll see what happens. I've got a new phone tonight as well, so we're hoping the camera's going to do it justice and I can give you some better quality when it comes to the camera really. So obviously Clegghall would have been used at one point for people that were on the canal as a public house, which is what I mentioned in my last video. So although we're talking medieval times, we're talking the times of, you know, the canal era as well. I don't know why the SLS camera keeps doing weird shit like that, because I can just hear it but I'm not actually looking at my screen. That as well. So there's obviously captures, which is what I anticipated really, because there's nothing for the SLS camera to really map in. Is there a train coming past, which is what I mentioned at the start of my video about the rail crossing doesn't really fail anymore, but that's for another time. I could talk to you all about Smoothbridge train station, but that's not what this video is about. Again, I can see that it's just on the left hand side there. It's just like that's actually the tree, but that's really what we're looking for, is a capture like that. Again, I've seen that one on the screen. I can't really describe why it's doing that. It shouldn't be doing shit like that. But my point of view is it's because this lane's so old. There's still obviously a lot of activity that we can't see with our eyes, and that's what the camera's telling me. So it's important for me just to record all the way down here because of shit like that I've just seen again. Now these just as SLS captures, I don't really find them compelling, to be honest, but it does give me information about the area really. Or specifically this road. See, you shouldn't be beeping really this much. But like I say, full moon's best for results, I find, to be honest. And we're hoping for the white lady then to well, show herself tonight really. If we get that captured for a second time, that's really compelling if you ask me. Bat's just flown past me then. So I've mentioned about the cobble road, didn't I? And this is obviously where the tarmac meets the cobble here. And then it's just a bit more of a modern road really, but that's obviously says Clegghall House that this is all part of Clegghall once. People obviously live in these buildings as they got renovated over time. And one could assume this would have, when the canal days, this actual part here, this door would have been something to do with the horses. Horses probably went in there to rest. And this is obviously Clegghall, as you can see now. I try not to point the camera on my torch and stuff at the building because someone obviously lives there. I did see a video of someone trying to try the door and all that, and it's like someone lives there and there's children living in there as well, so you have to respect where people live at the end of the day. You can't just go trying the door and stuff like that and walking around someone's property. But that's it really. I'll just show you quickly, and then I don't want to be pointing the torch in someone's house really. That's more or less where the story generates from. I showed that in my last video anyway in the day. And this bin shed here is part of what I believe to be tunnels at one point that lead further down. I've seen the exit actually, and that's what makes me believe there's tunnels here. And obviously this building here would have been, to my research, a church at one point, which doesn't look like that now because it's obviously been sandblasted, but it would have been a medieval church where the priest would have lived, which is part of the story. So we're going to see what happens tonight as far as evidence goes to suggest and back up the story of the Clegghall Boggart. I know the story quite well, and obviously from the investigations I've done previously, so I'll probably start whittling on stuff about that you might not know anything about, but it's all about a reaction at the end of the day. If I can get a reaction, then that's good.
Seance.
I'm just starting to see dots of rain now, which isn't good because I thought it was coming off the tree at first, but it's not. There's no shelter rain either. So this isn't good. In fact, the shelter's underneath this here actually, if I need to go underneath here. So when I watched this back, I actually thought it was a raindrop. It's not a raindrop because there'd be more than just this one that passes the camera really and comes towards me. When I slow it down, obviously I can see that's not a raindrop. It's too big. It's almost got like a circular feature also, but that's coming from nowhere really towards the camera. It's not coming from above. It shoots out from the middle. If you see it there, and it's coming towards me. So for me, that really shouldn't be in the video. So I mentioned in my last video that there was 5 unmarked graves, which I'll show you now in fact. Down there somewhere. This would have been back in the medieval era, which there wouldn't have been many graveyards, so it doesn't surprise me. So this one's a bug. Now if you listen carefully in this video, you can hear like an unknown humming, like a low frequency humming. Now I'm assuming it's coming from just across from Clegghall, but I can't be 100% on that. But there is an unknown low humming in this video for some reason. I don't know where it's coming from. Also, it possibly might be coming from the rail track, but again, I can't prove it. Now, obviously, I'm just pointing out that there's a bug and what a bug looks like, should I say, as it just passes the car. You can tell with the features and the colour that that's obviously a bug. Anomalies are usually, like I've just showed you previously, like a transparent colour. There wouldn't have been many graveyards, so it doesn't surprise me that there's some unmarked graves at the bottom down there. And this is a bridge. Then when I look back at my footage, I get confused because I'll show you the footage in a minute, yeah, but this is a fence, which is pretty important. And my metal detector's facing, it appears to be facing that, but it's on the left hand side, not the right, and this is the right hand side. So I can't explain this, although it was me that took the footage. You can see the bar on the left hand side there, just shining there where the metal detector is, just in front there. Now this is on the left hand side, it's captured on the left hand side, but I've just showed you in the last video there that bar is on the right hand side. So I can't explain that this capture, why it doesn't look the same. That bar should be on the right hand side and it's on the left without sounding confusing. Right hand side. Like I say, that's the right hand side there.
What do you need?
What do I need? I need to see the white lady, if that's possible. Do you know who she is? So as I mentioned before, yeah, that fence, my metal detector's on the fence, but in the video, it's on the left hand side and you can clearly see this is on the right hand side. And there was lights within which didn't make any sense. So if I point the camera this way...
Not very.
Yeah, not very, I'll point the camera this way. You can see in the background all the lights, yeah, so... I thought that was pointing my camera this way, yeah, but obviously it must have been this way, but it doesn't make any sense because that railing's on the right hand side, not the left. And I don't remember that fence either, but obviously, like I say, I've got better equipment, so we'll just try some of that now.
Please come back.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for, is the white lady. We're hoping that she's going to show herself. So I predominantly use Ghost Tube because that's what I was using previously. Oh, I just seen something past the camera actually then. When it said overside, it was just like a white mist or whatever it was. So the radar obviously beeped and it shows me there's a white anomaly on the radar. I can clearly see it, and that looks like somebody's knee on an x-ray as it comes past the camera. Obviously that's down to perception, but that's what I see more or less. It looks like an x-ray of someone's knee. Now I'm not saying that's what it is, I'm just saying that's what it looks like. Can you do that again? What did it say? What were her name, do you know? So just before we got the beep, we had this anomaly in the left-hand top corner, which is quite strange actually. I've not seen this colour before. I don't know if it's because I'm using an LED torch, but you can see it just flickering in on the left-hand top corner just before that we get that beep there. I'm sure you can see it just underneath where it says Ghost Tube on the top left-hand corner. It has, it almost looks like a rainbowy colour if you ask me. What were her name, do you know? Wow.
4.
What are you on about? I've got no idea what you're talking about. I don't know why the camera was going out of focus then actually. It shouldn't really be doing that. It's a new phone, it shouldn't go out of focus. So I can never get my head around that video where obviously this is on the wrong side really. That fence should be down there on the left hand side according to my video, and I can't get my head around what them lights were to this day and why that fence is on the other side. Let's just have a walk down here. You want to come show yourself?
Okay.
Okay, that's great then. If you come in front of my camera or come in front of the light, I can see you. I just heard footsteps then. When I got a beep, then I definitely heard footsteps. I'm hoping I can. I got reading actually as a train's coming. Did you see the train? I'll see if we get some kind of picture which might be relevant, it might not be, but we'll just get a picture straight away like that. And that goes to show the time. That could mean a couple of things actually. It could have mean it was back in time, it could have meant at one time you've come at the wrong time, by the looks of it. But it's funny how that picture just generated straight away. And that was another bug just flying past the camera. But that could obviously be relevant to the trains, because obviously trains do come through here and they run on a schedule, so you know, you could make many different narratives of that. There's some rain stopped there. Want to come and show yourself if you're here? You want to communicate if you're on this frequency? You So we're hoping for some kind of reaction, but it's not happening at the minute. I've definitely seen like a white mist before. Hopefully I can look back on the camera on that, but you want to come and show yourself?
Back on the path.
Back on the path. Yeah, come back on the path.
Back on the path. Authors are in.
What's your name? Do you know it?
Kathy Kelly. The difference between
Same level.
Where are you communicating from? Where are you communicating from?
Me.
online.
Do you know what year it is? The year's 2026. Six. Just some bugs flying past the camera. I just want to make sure that I don't get confused with anything else. I can obviously clearly see them. It's like midges, to be honest. I'm going to go down now in a minute and speak to Arthur and see what he has to say. So you probably can't see much with the thermal, but it's important that I just try this. So sometimes there's a tactic where you just stand there and do absolutely nothing. You just stay quiet for a few seconds and see what happens. I'm sure I can hear voices down there. Probably just people or whatever. So if anything would have happened, the radar would have told me, and it's just shit.
Nature.
Nature. That's what we're after. Is sounds like that, but it's obviously because I'm moving the camera at the minute. So 1 second, trying to get the lighting right. Starting to clear up now. You can start to see some of the stars, but I don't think we're going to see the moon tonight. I don't think we're going to see the White Lady either. So let's move down to Arthur anyway and see what he's saying, because there's obviously not much happening here at the minute. I don't really think the White Lady's going to show herself. I think it was just a one-time event, and it was just like a fluke or whatever. You just there at the right time, and I have come down here previously to try and recreate, and I haven't been able to, as I mentioned previously. So it's pointless me, wasting my time at this bridge when I can just go and speak to the haunted object, which is about 200 yards down here. No, I'm not climbing, no. Right, let's move further down, because obviously so this part of the road here will show you how old, this actual part of Rochdale is.
Rising the same.
Want to communicate? Come show yourself.
Robot.
It's funny that my equipment went off as soon as the train passed then. It was showing me that obviously there was movement or whatever and the train passed and it beeped as well. Just showing me there was some kind of reaction going on around me, which is, it goes to show that works. Some people don't think apps you can communicate with you know with the other side, which is just laughable in my world. It's just so easy to do. It's an ITC device. It's just the same as using WhatsApp or something else of that nature.
Many a
Anticipate. Is that what you said?
Now. You've got to give. Here.
So what you're looking at here is like for horse and carts, you know. This is probably quite historic for Rochdale as far as tracks go, logistic tracks and medieval evidence really. It's hard to find in Rochdale, to be honest. Is that you, Arthur? Can you hear me? We have something actually. We just got a reading then actually, which was pretty good, because that's probably the first. It's quite quiet actually. This is probably the first point of, as I get close to Arthur, then my equipment's going to go off and, you know, the intelligence will start then.
authors.
You say horses then?
Because he
So the radar will just tell him and then there's something at distance,
rich people.
which I already know actually because Arthur's just down here.
Body over dictate.
I don't think I've captured the white lady, although I'll have to go back off my evidence, but maybe it was just a one-time thing and I should be lucky that I've captured it really in the past.
Snip fun. Damaged in.
So the puddle's gone actually. Puddle's round about here. So I just showed I wasn't recording actually. I thought we were recording, but I wasn't.
Fading.
So all around here is obviously the object that's in the floor. Now would be a good time to dig up and prove it, but you know, I've been warned against that. And whatever that is giving a significant reading from the floor.
Of your
So obviously the puddle's gone now, which is good. So we'll try and recreate what happened with the capture to see if it can be recreated. So I'll try the devil. Oh, I missed that. I think that was me actually that set that off, getting too close. Was it? Devil there. So this is what I did last time. I was on here. I think it was that rocket. Afterlife, yeah. That's what we're trying to sort out now. I think it might have been that rock actually. Or it could have been this one. Well, Arthur, do you want to come and communicate and show yourself? Grandad. What are you talking about? If it said uncle, I'd be like, right, that's part of the story, that, but Grandad. There's nothing really much that represents Grandad in the story. But do you know who Randolph is? And Bertrand? Because they're the boys that died. Do you remember? Went where? If he captures that, don't make any sense. There were two boys, yeah. There were two boys. According to the story, so that's relevant. What else? What else can you say? Let me try something else actually. Come on, you must know something about the boys, yeah, that died. So that's a lovely picture there that we can just see. I was just capturing EVPs, but I'm getting equipment failure actually. That could be one of the boys. I mean, it's possible, but I'm not saying it is, but it looks like a boy, and I'm getting a shiver up my spine actually, as I'm just communicating with. But it was mad because I got equipment failure. I was getting red EVPs as well on the EVP recorder, but it won't record for some reason. I don't know why. We'll try again now, but them red EVPs are quite significant. Salvation. So I find this quite compelling because I asked when, just at the start then, do you know anything about the boys? And it said yes. And then it said pain, and we got this picture. So after I got home and looked at this picture, I actually think this looks like the mad uncle actually that's in the story that threw the two boys off the balcony. Really, I think that just by looking at him, looking at his eyes, he looks crazy. He looks like he's possessed or whatever, you know. And this was, in my opinion, the uncle, not the boys. I also think in this picture it's one person and there was only one uncle, but there was two boys. So that's what makes me now think that this is a picture of the mad uncle. And it's the object in the house that possessed the uncle to throw the boys off the balcony, because it's not normal to throw boys off the balcony, and obviously he was full of sin as well, according to the story, because he was a very greedy man. But the object obviously must have been buried, and I had to do some studies to see why they didn't burn it. But obviously they did bury it to seal it in the soil away from the house. Right, I finally got the camera on for the EVPs, but this is what was capturing before when I was getting red EVPs, but I couldn't record for some reason. Fucking equipment failure. Just fucking stand back here. There we go. That's what we want. The red markings are. There we go. That's what we want. The red markings are. Arthur, come and leave your voice. Let me just turn that off for a minute. There we are. There we are. That's significant, that, because I don't know what it is. It's not natural sounds. Arthur, if you can hear my voice again, leave the red markings if you can. Do it again. Can you do it again? That was pretty good, that. Try and speak as loud as you can. There we go. There's two there. There's another one. Is that your name, Arthur? Because that's what you told me it was. You told me Jason put you in the floor, do you remember? He was a priest, weren't he?
Slave.
Slave. I don't think I need that now. That was strange with the equipment failure. So that was a bit strange, I thought, with the equipment failure where I couldn't record. And then I was getting the red markings, although I find that compelling when I get red markings on this, because this is a dictaphone with a video. It's probably the best stuff to capture sounds with, because it separates our sounds from... It's just some ducks. It separates our sounds with paranormal sounds with a red marking, as little or as big as it is. Right, I'm gonna go now.
Voice.
Being charged.
It's pointless me staying much any longer, really. I've captured what I've had to, and there's no significance really with much of the evidence, apart from when I used the EVP recorder, which was telling me there were sounds on this lane that
Link app.
are not normal, really. They don't have a credible source.
Eve. For instance.
So it's time to go now. It's time to wrap up the video and get myself off, because there's no real much significant, there's no compelling evidence really. You don't want to tell me much about Clegghall, so it's time for me to go. You don't want to show yourself either, so it's definitely time for me to go. That was a good one, that one, actually, because it sent a shiver down my back. But you can't... That was a good one, that one, actually, because it sent a shiver down my back. But you can't say it again, can you? Let's see what else I can capture on the EVP recorder. Can you hear this? Leave some red voices if you can hear this. Arthur, can you hear that? Does that annoy you? Well, we got a reaction out of that, alright. Well, we got a reaction out of that, alright. There's definitely sounds being captured here that don't really belong here, and there's obviously readings coming. There's obviously readings coming from the floor that can't be explained. Well, I wouldn't say can't be explained unless there's an extraction really, or a dig. Then we'll never really know what's in the floor. Then we'll never really know what's in the floor. So this is more or less my story. I don't mind. Oh, the moon's coming. Look, there's a moon. It is a theory that the moon has to be shining on the lane for the White Lady to come. So we'll just go and have a little walk up now and see what happens. So I did go back up, and the only thing I could capture was more unknown sounds on the EVP recorder, which was telling me there's sounds coming which don't have a credible source, and it's not continuous as well, it's sporadic. The same results you get at Pendle Hill and other haunted places too, so this lane is no doubt, it's definitely haunted, there's no two ways about it. But obviously I've been down here many times and had my own experiences, and some of them experiences have been absolutely nothing really. So I wouldn't say every time you're going to come down here something's going to happen, because it's not. I couldn't recapture what I captured previously as well, but I could extract more information about the story itself, including the picture of the mad uncle, the name Bertrand, the number 2, which was there was 2 boys, and some of the audio I felt was quite compelling as well. There's obviously still residual activity from the story. I don't believe every part of the story is true, but I do believe that it's been changed over time. I still can't get my head around the metal bar on the bridge, how it's 2 different ways. It's on 2 different sides as well. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so hopefully I'll see you all soon. Don't forget to like the video if you're still watching, because that'd be awesome if you can get somewhere plus like 6-7 likes or whatever. That'd be amazing. It's always worth coming down if I'm getting like quite a few likes or whatever. I'm not too bothered about comments and stuff like that, but likes are always cool. But equally, this is a local legend. I've not been here for a while actually, and I don't mind coming back to where it all started again, just to remember this location really, and how it all got started on this channel. But that is obviously the end of the video. So I did walk away with something, especially with what looked to be the X-ray of a knee, and it said the other side as well, which was cool. But either way, it was great to do another video in Rochdale as well. It's a hometown, and especially this local legend, and with it being a stone throw away from my house, it's always quite a good video to come to if there's things that are happening, and especially investigating Rochdale's folklore, which I always love doing in my hometown of Rochdale. Anyway, hopefully see you all soon. Peace for now.